What's happening, guys? Welcome back to episode 5, picking up from the Carnival Garden. So before we get into this episode, just to reiterate, if you guys have the resources and would like to go pick up some sawtooth wheels, it would be very advisable as we work our way through a carnival, is, what we're going to be doing. There's going to be a lot of, not really the rides, but the amusements, which we are going to need these to get hidden items and a lot of really nice stuff, at the end of the day. So as you work your way on up, you're going to meet Rosaria. So this is a NPC quest that actually takes place over the entirety of the DLC. So this does start here. We'll get more in depth with it later on. Right now, she's just trying to find her shoes, which we'll find and bring those back.
Rosora wants to be your friend. Rosora wants to be free. Please, I will wait for.
So she, ask about how she lost her shoes. So she just wants to travel the world and dance and all types of crazy shit that
I want to go back, please. I will wait for you.
You'll see in the dialogue if you want to go through it. Obviously, there's going to be a lot packed in. It's a carnival, right? So there's a lot going on here, guys. And because of that, we're going to have to keep on moving. But it is kind of entertaining. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Oh, the Carnival Garden. The tram station's that way. I think it's our best chance of getting out of here.
So as soon as we go in, we're going to do our first amusement. Now, there are enemies here. There's a lot of enemies here. In fact, if you look straight ahead, there's your fucking parade puppet. There's a lot of new enemies going around. However, this one is actually right here. So this is a clown knockdown. So if you're going over, you could read, step right up and throw what you've got, knock down the clowns, and claim your prize. So right here, you're going to pick up some sawtooth wheels. So that gave us, I believe it's 10, right? And that's kind of my point, is you're gonna get some, but if you start missing, like right here, we picked up 10, and there's 7 things, so that gives you 3 misses, right? And that's, that's kind of my point. Because the other thing is you cannot lock onto them. So what I like to do is just kind of run at it. Otherwise, things might not, line up if you're just sitting here. I mean, sometimes, but it's hard to angle it. I find it easier to angle while I'm running at it. It's, completely up to you guys. We're so close. Come on. Bruh. That way I can almost move my body to get the angle instead of my vision. Well, both, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. You're still trying to just face front at it, guys, but like I said, it's more difficult than you might think. It really is. Royal Flower Set tea set. So there's items like this in DLC where you think they're quest items, maybe some hidden secret about it. To be honest, they're just very valuable items to be sold. Not always, but a lot of the times. So as you move forward, there's just more orders to hunt down the legendary stalker. Then we can get on into it with these guys. So up ahead, we're actually going to get a gesture that is going to allow you to dance, right? If you do that, these guys won't actually attack you anymore. There's actually, I told you, there's a few gestures with hidden secrets. There's another one we're going to get, just like the braided one, where we can, get some pretty cool stuff. So you're going to notice you pick up the carnival point. So there's actual rides too. Not just little booths. Yeah, that's what they are, booths. But there's also like rides and all types of stuff. And we do need our carnival coins for this. This is a shortcut we'll get here in quite a while towards the end of the area. And over here in the back left-hand corner, we'll have one more item. Shot put, really good for posture damage. Then right here, last building on the left-hand side, this is where we're going to get our gesture. We're going to go on in. Carnival Pride announcement. So this is just telling you that there's a talent show. Now what we're going to need to do is find the talent show. We can use the gesture and we get something really, really, really good. So an inactive mechanical organ. Insert coin to activate. And this is what I'm saying. So there's rides, but there's also things that you need to do, and you need your carnival coins. So if you go through here, you don't get all of them. You are going to be missing stuff. There's the exact amount you need. There's no extra. But the good news is that you actually can get all of them in one run. Now there's a clear main area here, but there's a lot of optional stuff that is just really rewarding, guys.
Come on, let's see your best moves.
So let's go ahead. Really only need one at a time. Tap dance, that's gonna be for the talent show. Rosaria actually has some hidden stuff with her if you use that, and like I said, you could use that against the dancing clowns, and there's stuff for that as well. So as we move on forward, you don't want to go straight across. We have an optional path that we want to do first. It's gonna give us some stuff we need. So what we're going to do instead, before you go over that bridge, let's go over here to the left-hand side. These are kind of similar to the enemies in the base game with the same weapon, but the moveset's different because it's swinging much lower. But the other enemies that had that weapon swung much higher. Over here on the right-hand side is going to be your first Brotherhood hideout. So if you guys remember the Brotherhood, so instead of Trinity doors, you have this Black Rabbit hole. So these are going to be the hideouts of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. So what you got to do is work your way through and get all the keys for them. Now, some of the keys are even hidden in like quest items you find. That's why I said you got to read everything. So you can go to the left or the right. It doesn't really matter. You're doing a big loop around anyways. I typically like to go to the right hand side. Thank you. There's one really dangerous guy here. Really big boy. There you see him. So he's got that fridge he's going to try to fucking annihilate you with. You could try to blow him up, but most of the time it doesn't work the best. Really watch the deflection time. So he's similar to the guy with the same moves at the base game, but now he's got that, that big ass fridge he's going to try to annihilate you with. Oh, I forgot I already had it loaded. Good. Thank you. There you go. Watch for your openings. Watch for those openings. Oh, not the big one. Yeah, that breaks the fridge, though, if he does a big leap. Finally, I told you, they got a lot of posture. There's so much fucking posture in DLC, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, he goes down like anybody else with time and effort. So over here's something we really need, and that's your carnival coin. So that'll allow us to get to the next thing with it. Thank you. They're still alive. Okay. So either way, guys, now that we have done that, we have went full circle. So from this point, we're going to go back up from whence we came, and we're going to go ahead and take down the Parade Puppet. Parade Puppet has mostly the same moveset, although now he's a little bit more dangerous. He has like this overhead hit, where he'll do it like fucking 20 times in a row. Yeah, you see how hard the guy hits? Not a joke. I like to try to take him into the open area. And sometimes you kind of want to be a dick about it. He's so much faster than you think, too. You see what I'm saying? Just a multi-hit. It's actually really fun if you can get it off. It's so much fun. Come on. Thank you. So with that, we have received our carnival coin. So before we go forward from this point, we're actually going to jump back and rest, guys. It's time. We've went through a lot of resources just doing the introduction here. There's very formidable enemies here. To be honest, there's one in particular that's definitely going to give us a run for our money. He's really hard enemy to fight. We're going to get to him here in a minute. For the time being, we're just going. Well, actually, let's go ahead and snatch up the level here, guys. We have it, right? We have it. Alright, so now we got that. Like I said, we're just going to go straight on through and pick up right where we left off. So everything up to across this bridge where we fought the Parade Puppet is wrapped up in full. We know we're good to go. That will push us towards the end bits, but we don't want to go there just yet. Now, if you remember, that's the guy that throws all that bullshit at you. However, there's a couple other puppets that'll come up, and he can throw the explosive bombs right at your feet if you get close to him. And that is something you have not seen yet. So usually he just spins around and then he throws them at you. But now, if you like get close, he'll just drop like 5 right at his feet and one-shot you. It's a lot of fun. Alright, so it's time to go ahead and do our first ride. Actually, you gotta pay for it at the stand. Yep, go ahead and give him the coin, activate. This one's not really that bad. There's gonna be you're gonna be on a spinning floorboard, I guess we'll call it, platform, and a bunch of balloons are going to pop up. Now, there's going to be a screen right here that tells you how many you have to kill, all those lights. So, there's 12. Some blow up, so you don't want to go for those. Right, the red ones, I'm going to try to hurry up and get to them. We only have so long. So I like to just keep moving here. That way I can hopefully get a few at a time. It might take you a few tries. Usually as soon as you start getting it, you know, it comes a lot quicker. But if you run, it takes time to swing, so, you know, usually you won't be able to get that off. Don't think we're doing good, because you only have like a solid minute to pull it off, guys. You just keep moving. I don't think we did it. No, you're too short. Yep. Not to worry, you can redo it as many times as it takes. Let it load. Shit. Always go for the ones that come up last. Much better, much better. So go for the ones that come up last, because typically you're gonna miss. Ah, that one we missed. The one we fucking missed. That's alright, we'll get it. Usually I get it, you know. It's completely random too though, guys. Ah, just that time. Yeah, you try to run, usually it doesn't work out the best. See what I'm saying? Just because of how you line up. I think we got it just enough. Just enough to get it done. This is going to get you a pretty neat weapon. Big boy, motivity. Maniac's pinwheel blade, definitely worth a mention. Definitely worth a mention. This thing's gnarly. So when you attack, it has these big blades actually spin. I think that the catch here is to go run, and you can kind of charge up. See, so when you run, that makes them spin. And then as you're hitting the enemy, it's going to be like a multi, like bop, 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 bop. So it's really neat. Now, I do like the moveset a lot, too. Actually, if you put, like, the fire blade on it, it does quite well. Either way, if you guys want to check that out, there's a lot of really cool stuff you can piece together here, guys. Some really, really cool stuff. That's when we get to our next chapter. Well, actually, this next chapter? Chapter after next, sorry. Alright, you annoying fuck. It's kind of a pain in the ass just to fucking get to the guy. There we go. Thank you. Alrighty. Before we move on here, do we have it? We shouldn't have it yet. Alright guys, let me check my notes. Yeah, that's where it's supposed to do. Okay, okay. So we have to go to the right on the right hand side over there, but we were supposed to do this first. So it's not there. I think you have to go on the inside, but you're going to go behind here and find the chest. Ring. There it is. I didn't do the thingy. I'm trying to show this. I think you have to do it like right at first. That might be it. Anyway, if they don't notice you yet, you can go ahead and use that gesture and they won't attack you. Similar to the bear with the lay dead. I couldn't remember if we were supposed to this before or after, so I said look at my notes, but alright, so now we have that. So you're gonna need 1 coin for this, and then there's also a ride over here. And that's kind of the thing, you need 2 coins. So let's do this one first. Now this is a hell of a fight, guys. I'm letting you know right now, this is a hell of a fight. You're going to want to use electric. This is like that gesture puppet, the one I was telling you about from the first game. That's why it's called gesture puppet. But he's doing a lot of fire. He could throw explosions at you during the fight as well. Usually when he first comes in, you have enough time to get it like a good charge heavy. Don't just get hit by that attack. Yeah, there's fire. Like I said, he'll throw explosions at you as well. Stay on that posture. So if he starts throwing shit, just try to deflect it. They come quick. Now overheat is like a real problem. Fuck, I missed both. Missed both. If you guys are worried about cleansing, obviously you can keep that on, but truth be told, if it gets to that, you're probably dead anyways. I think it's easy enough just to heal through it. Stop it. Thank you. And stay really aggressive. You can circle around a bit at times. There's a lot of healing. Get him. Thank you. God, dude, he's a bastard. He's a bastard. But stick with it, you know. You guys know what to do by now. We've already made it through the base game, so you want to put on your attribute resistance, you want to put on your attribute cleanse, you want to try to use throwables, all that shit is a possibility. So I told you in the base game, you never find like liners out in the world ever. There's just only a few defensive parts in the DLC. So this is going to give you worse resistance to acid, and it's a little bit heavier. However, you know, this is one of the best defensive parts you could possibly hope to get. So for most things, it's good when we deal with the enemies with petrification disease. That's something that we're going to want to just, you know, swap out, you know, as it goes, right? Swap it out as it goes. Now, sorry, I did look down my notes. You don't even pay for this one. You just get on when you can. Now, you have that section over there. This leads to it, but it's important to go this way first because there's actually things up here that we have to have. Such as a drop point, but also quest items. It's actually really cool to check it all out too, guys. Really dope. Look at that.
Even this place was
DLC's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Back in the day.
Right, so you're gonna see a drop point coming right here. You barely see it. It's there. Thank you. Alright, so you're gonna have a few little goons pop up. Try to pull this guy to us. Super annoying. Yeah, just like the babies from the base game. Super annoying. Alright, now here's your boys. There's a few little assholes gonna pop up on you. Thought we missed one. Alright. Zoo Tram Station Key. So if you do not come up here, let's just say quest times. If you do not come here, you will not be able to move to the next location. So you have to come here. You have to. Now there's going to be a drop point. Yep, right here. Now it sucks is you can get hit by the carousel, but there's also those puppets that are like throwing the bombs and shit at you. So you're gonna be really cautious for this. So just go to the right. You don't have long. You may get hit standing here, but there's two. Don't even go for that chest yet. Once you have that, swing wide to the left. Be careful. They don't do a bunch of damage, but they do a little bit. Just want to try to find your openings, guys. Find your openings. And there we go. So now we can do her quest. We have one more item. Chances are you're gonna get hit. And go for it. Dude, did we just do that without getting hit once? I'll fucking take it. So over here is gonna bring you to like the end portion, like the last stuff we have to do. So before we get into this, for one, we're gonna take these fuckers out. Yeah. Did that go how you thought? Nope. I told you they're annoying. They'll lock you right the fuck down. But over here is like the last stuff we have to do. So before we do that, we want, and you notice it does connect to the last area we were at, but if you don't take the Ferris wheel, you are going to miss items. I don't remember anything back here, but I do want to double check. Yeah. So I figure if it's not in the notes, it's probably not there, but still, you know, people typically find stuff in these games for years to come, so I'm going to try to make sure we're good. Alright, back to our sawtooth wheels. We have 30. So there's not many of these things to hit. This one's not bad because it kind of brings it around for you. So remember what I said, try to run while you do it. Get it lined up with your visual. A little high. There we go. Thank you. And there you are. Just, you know, really, really rare and very nice consumable. So that's going to take you on down. Yeah, that's done. Alright. Here's your carnival coin. This is the last one we need. So we still have the talent show to go to. That's what I was telling you guys about before. That does cost. We're going to go on down. We're going to go to the left. This is, you know, dead end where it connects to the Ferris wheel section. And then if you go on down, you're going to meet your first merchant.
Oh, meanwhile, I have chosen... But this... Well, either way, no.
So he's going to bring up the tea set you got. He actually, you know, notices it in your inventory. If you guys want to sell anything, you can to help buy stuff. I mean, we have 17,000. But be careful. I actually did this dumb shit my first play. I swear to God, I didn't realize I was at sell, and then I went right here and sold my upgrades. I'm like, oh shit, he sells these for 1,000, and I sold all. I'm like, oh dude, I was so fucking pissed. I know it sounds stupid, but you know, I waited until like midnight for the release, and yeah, dude, it was fucking horrible. So either way, right here, this is what we want to sell. It has no other purpose, guys. I've done thorough testing on this. So talking to him here, the first thing we're going to want, what we really, really want, is your Black Rabbit Hole Key. So with this, we're going to be able to get into the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. Now, another thing, too, guys, I'm pretty much going to be able to get you every single record. I forgot to mention this. I told you, we wanted to go to New Game Plus to get stocked up on resources so we have enough to fully max out Legionnaires, fully max out weapons. It's smart. Plus, we had to get all the records and finish up the platinum for the base game. However, since we're already in New Game Plus, guess what we get? Boom. We already get the rare records, guys. So if you play your cards right, you can pretty much get all of them with one playthrough. In fact, I think I platinumed the DLC in one playthrough. Don't hold me to that. It was a while ago, and I don't have the end portion of my notes in front of me, but I'll look into that, let you guys know soon. But we may be able to platinum the DLC in one go if you're in New Game Plus. If not, you cannot do this. So while locked on target, changes the dodge motion to a roll motion. That's nice. Regardless, I want all the rings, you know. So
that is a key.
Then he does have the
Well,
consumables.
they're great.
Those rare consumables. They're really expensive. That's up to you guys. I'm not going to pick them up. I like to save on them anyways. That's a tram station key. That's going to allow you to progress. However, we have the talent show.
Set. Now, be our guest. Step right up and do your best.
Guess we go and get your shortcut.
Lights all aglow. Just a fun and...
Like I said, you have exactly enough, guys. Exactly enough. Now, just using the carnival coin, if you notice, you get an upgrade, right? But we didn't even do our gesture yet, so... This said, it's a talent show. Just for finding the items, it rewards you because you did everything, right? So you get a sheer gesture, and then right over here, look at that, strategist amulets. So, it's, hidden stuff within the game. Very useful stuff, too. I'm in the wrong section. What's going on here? I can barely see that. Should be glowing. So there's a few rings that do quite well for boosted damage types for like every build. There's some that boost elemental damage, which are really nice. Strategist ring. Where are you, bub? Looked right over it. It looks kind of like everything else. So increases weapon attribute damage buildup. So very good for advanced builds. That's what the one I was actually referencing, where I said, hey, you could actually get like more elemental damage from rings. That's the strategist ring. It's really, really, really dope, guys. I mean, that's the thing about DLC, because in the base game, there's like no advanced weapons for boss weapons, which sucks. And there's not really many rings to help either, But in the DLC, at least there's some options. Might not be advanced boss weapons still, for whatever fucking reason. Seems like a huge missed opportunity to me, but at least there's rings and, other things that you could take use of. So, either way. So now that we have our Black Rabbit Brotherhood key, you guys remember, just go straight through your shortcut. You just run straight across. Last little nook on your right-hand side, but we covered this earlier. Now, this is actually important. What you're going to want to do is get this. There's always a little bit of lore, typically, in these. So like this, we get the outfit. But like the next one we find, instead of just the outfit, you get like a note. But if you read the note, it drops one of the keys for these hideouts. And if you never read that note, there's going to be a hideout you miss. So that's why I tell you guys, always interact with these things. I cannot explain how important it truly is. But either way, now that we have that, we're just going to head straight back across. Oh wait, no. We have to go see Rosario. That's right. We exited the other way, but we never turned in the shoes. For some reason I thought we already did that, but we did not. So this is important. You don't want to move on from this point yet.
I need my...
Just go over her dialogue options, give the rose shoes. Get a little cutscene.
Now I can run! I can dance! I can go anywhere! You gave me back my freedom. No matter where I
Did you mention the Rose
I'll
Estate?
remember
That's
you.
actually
I'll go
the
to
very
Rose
last
Estate now.
location of the DLC. The Rose Monad House. So there you go. That has got you one of your records. So we've already gotten two. One of our New Game Plus records, and then just one of our, our base records for your first playthrough. So yeah, I remember, the gold or New Game Plus. So as I said, what's nice, if we come here in New Game Plus, we can just get it all done. It makes the most sense. Besides, there's one quest, which is very similar to Aladora, where you have to do two different things. Meaning, you have to do the quest two different ways because you get two records. So you will, I think, have to go New Game Plus for one record. Once again, this is later in my notes, so I have to confer this. But off the top of my head, I think there's one record we'll miss.
Romeo.
It's in chapter 3, so we'll cover this when we get to it.
Since we're back in the past, there's a chance we might run into him. So let's stay strong and carry on.
Alrighty.
Hello?
Now this can be another quest item. So this woman up ahead is a painter. She's a blind painter. So we're just going to bring back like paintings and turn in stuff for her later, much later in the DLC. She is going to give us some, some rewards. One is a record. So this is something that we do have to have. So we're going through there. Then we're going to go ahead and talk to her. And what she wants is you to go ahead and just, prop this up so she can paint.
You there. Can you help? This easel. Do you see a Can you help an old... This easel. Do you see a painting on the ground?
Alright, so pick that up. Blank canvas.
Even though I can't...
So she's going to tell you she can't see, so how does it look?
I'm sure you would love...
So what you're going to tell her, well, before you're going to listen...
Stumbling. What do you see? What do you see?
You're going to tell her, incredible, it's a brilliant work of art.
I love how I tread.
There you go. There's only one ending in the DLC as far as like your humanity, but if you were to play the base game, you get to chapter 9, come over, do the whole DLC, and then finish up the game later. The humanity here you pick up would help for the endings in the base game. But there's only one ending here, so as far as, all that, humanity ending, or mid-humanity ending, or no humanity ending. You don't have to worry about that. It does make things easier, but you got to remember, you can't access this in Chapter 9, so you could go up to that point, knock out the whole DLC, and come back. So you could, like I said, use the humanity here. I guess we could have done it like that, going through New Game. But to be honest, if I was guiding people who are on a first playthrough, you guys would have had a really fucking hard time. I think going through the first game in its completion, covering all of our trophies and getting one thing knocked out first is nice, but also by the time you get through the game, then you go through New Game Plus, which we recommended, and you get up to the DLC, you're so comfortable with the combat at that point that, yeah, it's still going to be exceptionally hard. We have a real fighting chance. I don't want to bring you guys to something that's just way too difficult for you, and that's what it would have been. At the end of the day, that's what it would have been. So at this point, we have rode our tram and reached the Eventide Hotel Krat. So this is pretty much like the inception of Hotel Krat. It's all like brand new and nice. And there will be a lot to cover here, but this will be next episode.
Hotel Krat. I know, I still can't believe it myself. This must be before the grand opening.
Like I said, we're not going to cover anything here yet. You're going to get a little cutscene. You're going to see the same cat. There's going to be new NPCs here. You're back in time, so a lot of new stuff going on. So what the plan is moving forward is we're going to go ahead, grab this. It won't take long to go over everything. Typically, well, the way I planned was to actually show off all the dialogue, but I'm just going to give a detailed breakdown that you guys know what's what. We're going to cover everything here. We have new upgrade paths to do. We have new stuff we could upgrade over here. We have NPCs and merchants and a lot of really, really nice and helpful things for that matter. So what we're going to do is next episode at the opening, we're going to take you guys through all this so you guys know, exactly what's what and what you have to do for trophies and everything else. But in addition to that, we will be moving on into our next area. So as always, hope this has been helpful. Hope you guys are enjoying the game, and we will catch you back here shortly.